Recently, I have noticed that I've been a little bit more challenging with my MOCs, specifically in the direction of trying to fit as much as I can in the smallest amount of space using the least bricks possible, but at the same time still keeping it in the realm of minifigures with their glorious little tiny cute plastic faces. So since I like normally to create cars, dragons and cool buildings in Lego, I decided to make this one over here. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, or you might not be thinking to yourself, but I'm going to say so anyway, that this is very small to be a full-blown house. And that's where I can prove you wrong, because this is not technically a house. I do intend to make a house smaller than this at some point. I tried once, it failed terribly, but I'm not going to give up that easily. Also, because this is so small and tight, actually showing everything on the inside is going to be a bit like that fishing store video. So my initial thought to making this building was to create a medieval, maybe slightly Georgian style of building. I've achieved something. This is something. It doesn't necessarily look to me like a medieval building, it looks to me like a very old English building. You know which type of building I'm talking about. Stones that aren't any particular colour, look quite faded away, lots of brown, grey, blue. This building is covered in on all four walls. I have taken it upon myself to be able to remove not only the roof, but also the whole upper floor, like so, and also to add a little bit more of a challenge, to add an actual staircase. So looking down here at the base, we have some nice tall windows, a little flap for one of the, you know, those flappy signs. Those flappy signs. A nice welcoming door that leads straight to that staircase because there's no space for anything else over here, so you'll get to go straight on the staircase. Some more of those windows over here, and another note on the initial design, it was designed to be sort of like a corner building, your right side, your left side, and that the two back ends are blank. So the reason why this looks so terrible is because it's not supposed to be seen from this side. On the inside, to make it even more challenging, if I already hadn't made it challenging enough, I tiled the entire floor with tiles so minifigures just stand in there. Kind of looks kind of nice. So this base over here on the ground floor is, I don't know, stone checker work. Down here we've got a pile of different colors. You can kind of see it if I kind of remove the door. I also took the liberty of using a crate as well to help support that staircase upwards. How to make a very small looking staircase for small little spaces go. Basically, you want to start with a regular brick and stick a tile on it for the first step, and then to use a combination of different size base plates to create only a 2 base plate high platform with another tile on top and another base plate near that, so you can add the next section. Keep doing that until you're really satisfied. Also, if you're making it spiral in a certain way, make sure to add good old supports to keep it into place. And that is how you create a very space efficient staircase. Over here in the window we have a little flower in a flower pot, and as well, admiring the staircase, it is a little bit of a complicated thing because the partitions between each stair is one tile. Wait, can I show that? One tile and one base plate, one tile and one base plate and one tile, and so on. We have a little supporting beam over here, and over there at the back of the shop we have the main till with some drawers and some more stuff laying around over there, and also this quite ugly looking fireplace. Super quick tutorial on how to build an ugly chimney, go! A 1x4 base plate. A side attachment brick with 2 little very timid orange bits to serve as fire. An archway, because most fireplaces have archways. Some of these very interesting rail base plates. Some very awkward looking roof tile pieces. More awkward looking the better. Then all you need to do is stack bricks onto, as high as the chimney should go. One technique I'm going to be using is going to be using these slightly indented side attachment bricks and a tile. And because this is a tailor and textiles need to be saved, we're going to use some of these grill pieces to serve as a grate. Okay, back to the video. Okay, around here at the front we have flower boxes all the way round. We also have these very classic boxy windows and these wooden pillars, kind of a repetitive design over here which goes onto this side as well. This flower box that is slightly jutting out is also flush with the window on this side of the building. Now, while the walls of this building were mainly grey, brick and blue, the inside of this building is a mixture of green, sand green and brown textures. We also have sort of like a drain pipe going across the top of the first floor. So on the inside we have more sort of a work environment, and I decided to furnish this building not with beds or anything like this, as this is a shop with a shop floor and space to go upstairs as well. This is more sort of like the workshop part of the shop, and since it's kind of back in the day kind of thing, I decided to furnish this then as a tailor. So over here at the back we have this rack. It's a rack, but it's also kind of like a one of those metal frames that are used for measuring people. Over here we have some spools of yarn, and they're also littered around a little bit more around here as well. We have this Lego dress over here waiting to be embroidered. And over here on this side we have most of the workspace of the tailor. How to create a nice and easy tailor's workspace go. First things first, you actually need a base plate to put the workspace on. To make the sewing machine, we're going to use a side attachment brick with a little stud inside that to be the you know, and also a small base plate and a fountain piece on top of that to make it a good solid design. Next we need a tile, but before we put that tile down we will also need a square base plate, one of these small ones, and preferably a very shiny silver round stud. Attach that underneath there, and that is going to be our little hammering needle. To make it look cool, we're also going to add this tile underneath there so we can feed things in. We can actually feed things in through this sewing machine. Some very basic stud arrangements to be spools of thread. Fun fact, I am actually very familiar with these kind of workspaces, but we're also going to need a 2x2 tile in green, or any green tile. This is going to be a cutting mat. And not many people are actually going to know what this is supposed to resemble. I'm going to leave that up to you. A little white flower thing. We're going to put that next to there. And there we go, workspace complete. Now the floor here is also tiled, but rather than going for a brown wooden texture, I decided to go with a dark green carpet with some extra jumper plates to hold some of those things in place. And last but not least, we also have this hole down here. When joined with the main building, it aligns perfectly with the stairs that go down in there, and it is quite a little bit dark in there as well. And the roof is pretty simple in its own right. It's just a mixture of very basic black roof tile pieces and as well tiles to make it nice and smooth, because who doesn't like nice and smooth? And then we also have the chimney pots, which runs down, well actually the chimney runs down through all of the building, all the way through here and down into there. This is the part of the video where it's ending. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope this may have inspired you for your own designs as well. It could have not. Well, I hope you had a blast, okay? Right, and until next time, salutations.